to talk about those a little bit, because you mentioned the word stress.
Yep.
Everything that happens in an operation is stress.
Yep.
Including a 2-inch rainfall. It's a stress. Now, there's a big difference between acute stress and chronic stress. So, I think most of you as producers probably understand where I'm going with this. You get up one day and it's time to harvest. You don't sleep a lot the next night, do you? You're going to pick as long as you can pick.
Yep.
You sit in a combine for as long as you can, right? And when the right time's right, you're going. Well, staying up all night is an acute stress. You do it 4 nights in a row, it becomes chronic stress. And when you get chronic stress, you start to collapse.
Yep.
Right? Now, you take monoculture agriculture, corn, let's say corn bean oscillation, as Paul Yassa would say. So you got a corn bean oscillation. That's a stress. You've got fallow in between. That's a stress. You've got 2-3 herbicide passes, stress. You throw some tillage in there. That's a stress. It's not that any of those things are bad. It's just that you're taking a bunch of acute stressors and you're stacking them on top of each other. So that's staying up all night, eating a large pizza, drinking a 30-pack of beer, right? Followed by a bag of potato chips.
And you wonder why you need water in the morning.
Yeah, right. And I mean, and then do that every day. And then pretty soon you're chronically sick, right? You've got all these issues. So it's the same concept. It's not to say that you can do it right all the time. You go to a wedding, you have a piece of cake, you drink a couple beers or a glass of champagne or wine or whatever. Yep. That doesn't negate all of the work you did the other 364 days. So always have that idea that you're taking steps forward. Know that you're going to have steps back.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Accept it.
Accept it. Russell got 20 plus inches of rain a year ago, and his corn 7 feet tall was 3 feet underwater. He went out and cut a ditch, drained the field, and then he had to pull out a disc and disc it up. And everyone's like, well, I thought you were no-till. Circumstances were pretty extreme here, You're not infiltrating 24 inches of water in 12 hours. So, I know some of you out there probably could, but anyway, that's the point. Those tools are there. Just keep in mind that everything you do is a stress, and your job should be to understand the stresses that you're causing and that Mother Nature's causing. Understand that if you take this action, you might alleviate this one type of stress, but you're causing another, and that's okay. But don't be shocked when different things happen. The idea that we see with soil health is how resilient the system becomes.
Yes. How much easier it is to get back to
Absolutely.
Neutral.
Yes. A good friend of mine, Michael Thompson, in Almena, Kansas, very dry a couple years ago. Very dry. Soils didn't look good, right? And he's, I did all this work for years. It rained. He called me later that week and he says, I've got earthworms everywhere. Everything is, the water went in, everything's greening up. The resiliency in those systems. So it's going to look bad at times. You're going to do things that maybe you don't like. That's not part of your goal, but Mother Nature throws those curveballs. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, even like early on in the crop, I've seen a lot of fields that did not look the best at V3, V4 crank out some big yields. And on the flip side, I've seen some beautiful corn at V3, V4 that don't pan out at the end. Yep. So it's about how that system is cranking throughout that year for you.
Yep. My former mentor and boss, and the reason I'm in this position doing what I do now, Dr. Ray Ward, I can't tell you the number of times I heard that man say, it's a really good thing you don't harvest your corn in June.
Amen to that.
Because, sometimes it looked really good and then it would take a turn and be worse come harvest time. And obviously at that point you wished you could harvest it in June.
Yeah.
at the same token, it's, my corn doesn't look that great, or I've got a little bit of this and that. And I know he would tell people, just wait. We don't have the growing degree units yet. We don't have this. And he said, that's a good thing. You don't harvest it in June. And, that's just 50 years of wisdom.
Exactly. That's exactly what that is.
But, I just said that to a gentleman yesterday, that exact quote. It's tough. I don't envy, I would much rather sit where I sit than sit where most of you are sitting, because to be an agronomist, a soil scientist, a chemical applicator, a taxman, a mechanic, and then deal with all of it on a scale at the size most of you do, and with literally Mother Nature being the one
that controls 75% of it.
That's
right.
That's
well,
right.
Lance, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed diving deeper. We'll probably have another conversation one of these days, but I just want to say from the singular community, thank you so much for taking the time today to fill us in more about the Haney tests, your involvement, and just ideas within agriculture.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate the opportunity. Johnny, really appreciate what you guys are doing out there and trying to help everybody and move people, the direction they need to move and want to move. So I'm just happy to be a little part of it. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you so much. If you're interested, there's going to be more on the YouTube. We have series coming up, diving into foliar feeding. We've done some with Robert with his new products. Take a moment, check them out. We would love to help you out any way we can see fit. So again, Lance, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, if you've liked the information that you've seen so far, go ahead and check out the full-length podcast on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe there. It's also on all the major podcast platforms. We're constantly dropping info and more content on all the social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Check it out for a lot more content.